Yes.
Yes. Can
Everything
hear
is
Clem
working.
Fandango.
Perfect. Okay, that's weird.
That's weird.
What's weird?
Fucking Zencaster again. Right, so
You're not supposed to be fucking it. That's where it's going wrong.
despite me telling it I want it to go through my headphones, and it's saying it's going through my headphones, it's actually going through my speakers. What the fuck, Zencaster?
It's also not
relog.
updating. Play some Deftones. I can't find my character sheet. Did I accidentally delete it?
Do you do it on Path Builder?
No. Oh no. It's got to be that one.
Don't even talk to me about Path Builder right now.
Yeah, like after that, I'm like, do I want it on that?
Yeah, it's great as Path Builder.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm going to get everything set up before I join the call.
Yes.
Click to open it. Who the fuck is Michael, the human fighter?
It's your backup character, clearly. Actually.
Yes.
Have I been healed at all recently? Does anyone remember? I feel like, Stu, you might. It's just because my character sheet hasn't been updated since November, so I'm wondering if I haven't saved anything.
You've definitely been healed since November.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm sitting on 22, but I feel like I'm not on 22. But I haven't.
No, we were up, not quite to max, but
Yeah.
we were up quite a lot. Hang on, I'll just go and listen to all the last few episodes of Top Up.
Actually, I know I sent John my character sheet somewhat recently.
Are we coming out of your speakers, your headphones, or are we just voices in your head now?
You're just voices in my head now. That's all you are. That's all you ever were.
Yes.
Okay. I figured it out. Had to do some funky shit to make it work. Fuck you, Zencaster. Oh my god. I don't understand. I do not understand why it does different things with the same setup. Don't understand it. We're recording, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
Hello.
We love you, Zencaster. Don't boot us off your platform. It's really useful, even though you've got some issues that you could fix.
Yeah, sort of, basically what Amy's saying is the diplomatic version of sort your shit out. Yeah, there we go. We love you really, Zencaster, except when you're dumb, which you're being dumb today. There we go. Welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your GM for this game and for any others. And I'm joined by Stu.
Hello.
I'm joined by Asta.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Amy.
Hello.
I'm aware that's the first time I've ever got that in the wrong order, but it's because you're in a weird order on my screen, and I walked in from work about 5 seconds ago. So, brain is this is the perfect time to run a game of Pathfinder, I think.
Yeah.
Planning and preparation is key to GMing a game, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not quickly writing out some of my backstory right now. No, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know what either of those things are, Stu. So,
Planning and
There we go.
preparation. They're these mythical beasts that happen that you come across in, I think it's corporate world.
mm-hmm.
That's where GMing is just 98% improv.
That's it. I was going to say
2% planning, 98% improv.
this planning and preparation business. It sounds an awful lot like something I would need time to do. Which is at a bit of a premium right now. But there we go. How's everyone been? It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. I mean, you say about having time. I feel like I'm a cross between. Well, I'm jumping from being like Big Ben to the Leaning Tower of Pizza. I've either got the time or the inclination, but never both.
It's good. I like that. So what? So yeah. Go back to my actual question. How is everyone? What have we been up to? This is great. I was going to say, this is great radio when you guys say nothing, guys. Just putting that out there.
Recovering from the tension of GMing.
Yeah, that's it. You've taken up the mantle in the Wednesday group, haven't you, Asta?
I have. Been running someone's backstory quest for the last couple of weeks and had tremendous fun giving everyone at the table psychological trauma last week.
Exactly. Well, I mean...
I'm gonna live another 10 years after that.
to be fair, the character that you're running the backstory for has been giving your character psychological trauma for the last 3 years. So it's only fair that she gets some some back, I think. Awesome. So yeah, Amy, what have you been up to?
Really nothing that exciting. However, I did raid Alderwell yesterday, so that's like peak 2008.
That's it. We're rolling back the years.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good. Just been wow and work has been your life, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't fault that. And lastly, Stu, what have you been up to?
I can't remember. Had I turned 50 the last time we recorded?
I believe so. So.
Okay. Well, I'm still 50, so that's sticking now.
I'd be more surprised if you weren't, to be honest.
I mean,
just a really long gap between recordings.
Years. Yeah, I might be 45 next week. I don't know. But yeah,
do you sort of roll a dice every week, and that's your age for the week?
That's it. Roll a D100. Yeah. I'm half tempted to the Benjamin Button thing, like most actors, and start going down in years. No, I've been good. Neil and I have restarted Aliens Explored. That relaunched today as we're recording.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So the first episode out for that. I've created a whole new YouTube channel specifically for it, and that's already absolutely taken off. We've just gone over 100,000 downloads as well, which is
nice.
Quite a landmark moment.
100,000.
So yeah.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
Just
when
like
can we piggyback on the when can we piggyback off of some of your success with that?
We already do. We have listeners. Hello, Ty. Ty's a regular listener of this podcast that he found because of Aliens Explored.
Nice.
I was about to wave,
others.
but that's pointless.
Oh, give him a wave. Give him a wave.
Yeah, there we go. See, I legitimately waved.
Yeah, Amy was waving. There we go. Apart from that, getting on with shit, going on dates,
good,
having, trying to live my best life.
Yeah, doing life by the sounds of it. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome stuff.
Thinking about a new career, completely new career.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's that time of year. I've threatened to quit my job 4 times in the last 3 days. So I think it's just that time of year for a lot of people.
I feel you.
It's one of those. Well, I'm thinking about retraining to be a therapist, a counsellor. And I don't know. I think it's something I could perhaps do alongside acting to a degree. Do each one part time, maybe. I don't know. It's something I'm thinking about. I've had a few people tell me I'd be good at it. I don't know. What do you think, listeners?
Answers on a postcard. Should Stu give up his dream job and take on something completely different?
Well, it'd be a different dream job, to be fair. It is something it holds a huge amount of appeal for me. Yeah. There's like 4 dream jobs I had ever since I was a young kid. Actor, politician, solicitor, and therapist.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah, those are my 4 dream jobs. I've done one of them.
There we go.
I talk a lot of politics. Sorry, I talk a lot of bollocks. That's
I mean, they're the same thing, aren't they?
column A,
in a lot of
column
cases.
B, yeah.
Yeah, column A, column B. Oh, dear. Cool. All right. Well, I'm not sure how long you were recording for before I joined, but I make that about 10 minutes. So should we get back into the game?
Well, before we do, Dom, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Been a busy few weeks. Like I say, I've been intermittently threatening to quit my job over the last few days, just because it's getting too much. Boring stuff that I'm not going to air on air, as it were. But I've been touring with a bit of theatre recently. I've been finally making some proper progress on the Final Fantasy XIV story. I've finished the base game now. I'm in the first expansion, but it's only taken me 6 months because I kept getting distracted by all the shiny things. And other than that, I've been good, mostly.
Good.
Glad.
So yeah. So with all that out of the way, let's have a view of getting back into the game. So for Asta's benefit as much as anybody else, who would like to give us a little recap on what happened last time?
I'll hand over to Stu.
Okay. Well, speaking of being
very
mostly
generous
good,
of you, Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of being mostly good, our party, who are mostly good, see what I did there. They've been... Asta will remember the Drippy Man, of course. We met the Rocky Man. A counterpart. I think he described himself as a sibling to the Drippy Man. But this bloke was making rocks fly around. He was a little bit more helpful.
He was still a massive prick, though.
He absolutely was. Less confusing, though. He was easier to understand, but he was like, you're all meaningless, and this forest is going to be taken over by the world of the Fae any moment now. Turn back if you want, but I don't care. Kind of thing. But we did manage to find out the location of the dancing hut, which we then approached.
Yeah.
And we saw the dancing hut, which did indeed appear to be shackled. Because this adventure path is called the Shackled Hut.
Yes, so, this book is called The Shackled Hut.
Ding!
Had to come up at some point.
It all makes sense. And they're floating in the air, also sort of not shackled by energy, but surrounded by energy that was coming from the same place. Was this floating woman who Dela recognised. Didn't you, Dela?
Yes, I did.
Dela has recognised this individual, but Amy hasn't been told who it is yet, so...
No, I don't know who it is. But I know who it is.
We know it's... Oh, well, we don't know. I think Dela knows it's the person who killed her friends before she came through the portal.
Yes. Well, at least one of them is dead, that I know of.
Right. Did they have something shiny about their person and you made sure of it?
I didn't get the chance to. I was drawn away from the situation against my will very quickly into somewhere that was completely snowy and nowhere where I'd been before. So I didn't get a chance to pick their pockets. I'm not from round here.
Not, how dare you? This was my friend. I would never have killed them for their possessions. It's like, no, I didn't get the chance.
I didn't have time. It all happened far too quickly.
Of course. Dela's always got her mind on the money.
Yeah.
Let's face it, if you can get the money out their pockets, you can buy new friends.
Exactly.
Never waste a dead body.
Fantastic. That's about it in terms of the recap there. Asta, remind us, Were you here when the guys rescued a father and 2 young boys from a treehouse?
The last time I was here, we had just found the 2 boys, or the 2 kids.
Yes, awesome. So the long story short, the first session back after that, the party did indeed attempt to rescue. They kind of fucked it up. The house is now a pile of rubble on the ground, but they were able to save the lives of everybody inside.
Yeah, they really were grateful for our intervention there, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they gave us a nice gift.
Yeah? What was that?
Amos has got a raven band that allows him to speak to ravens.
Because he doesn't know how to speak to enough wildlife as it is.
Yeah. But no, we did rescue them by bringing the house with them in it down to the ground. And then saving their lives as they were dying. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that.
Filled with
We did.
Filled with confidence there.
We did. It worked.
We didn't even cause the dying.
The ends
that was
justifies the means. Which has never been said by any evil character before.
I was going to say, that sounds very evil.
Yeah, are you evil?
Nobody's ever asked Alwyn that question.
Well, Dela's asking Alwyn that now.
We've got a floaty woman to deal with, Will, but I'll answer that later.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to ask her if she's evil.
So, all right then. Bringing ourselves back into the game properly. As previously mentioned, you have come across this clearing ahead of you, in which you have found the dancing hut. Just once more, I'll give you a brief. I'll give you the box text once more, just to set the scene here for you. You can see that in this clearing ahead of you, there is a 2-story wooden hut that dominates the clearing. The hut itself stands on enormous chicken legs that restlessly scratch at the ground, and it appears to be manacled to the ground with a giant stake of iron attached to a huge chain, which kind of keeps it in place. There is a bone fence around the outside of the hut itself, and you can see that impaled on 3 particularly sharpened bone pickets, there are 2 corpses, one dressed in red and one dressed in white. There appears to be a bubble of sort of undulating energy surrounding the hut itself, and sort of branching off from this bubble, connected to it by like a thin sinew of magic. There is another smaller bubble inside which you can see floating with her arms outstretched. There is a tall, imperious-looking woman with long blonde hair, dressed in blues and whites and silvers, with a mantle of owl feathers around her neck. And kind of just as you've entered this clearing, she's looked back to all of you. You can see her eyes are very piercing blue colour, upon turning to look at all of you, she clocked Dela, seemed to recognise her, and she also seemed to have some knowledge of the rest of you as well. And as she looks at you, she looks at Dela for a second, and she says, "Well, it seems one of the rats escaped our last meeting. How are you, little rat? It's been some time."
I'm no rat.
You keep telling yourself that, darling. And what's this? I find you in whatever you've been up to since last we met. You are in most auspicious company. As she looks across at the rest of you, but she does sort of she lingers on. Her eyes linger on Ryden for a second, and she says, "This one's new, though. And where is the dwarf? Has he had an accident?"
No. He's resting. Last time I saw him, he told me to fuck off. But I think he meant it nicely. I have a question for you.
What might that be?
Are you Baba Yaga?
That old out of touch crone? No, my dear boy, I am not Baba Yaga. She spits.
Ah, you'll be Elvana then?
I can see you've not been paying attention here at all. No, I'm not Elvana. What are you, stupid? Why would Elvana be in this forest?
So, you are?
I'm not. My name is Najena.
You are... Oh, you're Najena, right. Like, as in, like, and you are? You know. Yeah, you are. Right, okay.
Oh,
Najena.
I see. You didn't say it like a question, Stu.
Okay, fair enough.
You said it like a you are. I was like... No.
That's
Najena. Do we know Najena?
You have heard the name Najena before. Dela may not have heard this name exactly. Certainly, Alwyn, Amos, and the rest of the group. Alwyn, Amos, and Otto. You recognise that as the name of the White Witch, who was in charge of the Pale Tower. You killed her apprentice in your sacking of the tower itself. And Raiden, you recognise this name for a different reason. This is Najena Vasilievna, who is quite a high-ranking member of the Jadwiga. She's not the most important of the White Witches, but she is a White Witch. She's kind of one of Elvana's inner circle.
So I think she's evil. Do you think she's evil?
Oh, yes, we encountered, well, not so much her, but her cronies and her tower, and she's definitely evil.
Okay.
She had a lot to do with the portals, I think.
Okay.
Good. You don't even deny it. Good. That's a point in your favour, if nothing else.
Deny what?
You know what you did.
We collapsed your tower.
You did. You collapse it. No, thankfully you didn't. Thankfully it still stands, just about. But you might as well have done. You turned my guard force against their rightful employer. You made a whole mess of my operation down there, and you killed someone very dear to me. You know exactly what you did, Alwyn.
Right. Yes. Oh yes, we fucked up your portal thing, didn't we? Yes. I thought that sounded... Yes, anyway. Yes, that was ours. Alwyn's going to draw his rapier.
What are you going to do with that? She snickers.
She can kill you so quick.
I'm just, clearly you're not a friend, so I'm just readying myself.
What are you doing here then?
I was here, watching over this hut. The queen asked me to come here to see why it had sprung this infernal forest up around it. I was to come here, investigate it, try and find a way to get it to retract it. However, as you can see, she sort of gestures with her head to the bubble she's in. I've hit something of a predicament.
Ah, you're in a bubble. Can you not get out of the bubble?
What do you think?
Ah, what a shame. Dela's gonna walk up closer to the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But not, close enough to touch the bubble.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna look here at the bubble. Is it a magic? Is it just like a glowy bubble, or is it like a bubble of water or something?
It's a glowy magical bubble.
Glowy magical bubble. Oh well, I don't know anything about this. I guess you're stuck here then.
I am. Until you help me.
And why would we do that?
Well, it's less that you would want to and more that you have no choice. I know why you're here. You're here for that. And she gestures toward the hut. If you want to get to that hut, you need to find a way to break that bubble. And breaking that bubble will break the one around me as well.
Is that true?
I mean...
What are you going to do if we do burst your bubble?
I'm going to do my duty as a White Witch of Irison. I will do my duty to my queen, and as such, I will kill you.
So you want us to help you kill us? Great incentive. No wonder your workforce left you.
I don't want you to do anything, my darling. Were you not paying attention? You have no choice. If you wish to progress, you have to help me.
Bear with me whilst I just test a theory. Alwyn will stow his rapier, draw his longbow, and fire an arrow at Najena.
Okay, you loose the arrow, it strikes the magical bubble, and the arrow disintegrates.
Right. Bugger.
So is this not in the plan, this bubble around the hut?
No. So what Najena is saying is, in order for us to get inside the hut, we need to deactivate the whole bubble thing first.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
and that
if we try and go in... No. It's new information.
In your instructions to... Okay.
Yeah, new information, this.
It's a bubble.
Right, and do you know anything about this sort of magic?
I was considering having a look.
You can make an Arcana roll, Ryden.
Sure. That would be a 29.
29, okay. So as you inspect this bubble Ryden, you can tell a number of things. So you can tell that this bubble is really the kind of wrong phrasing. As you sort of study and look at it, this appears to be a vortex or some sort of extra planar portal or gateway. And kind of as you watch, you can kind of see it's like the colour is being leached away from the inside of the bubble by the bubble itself. Seems like whatever is inside this bubble is being siphoned away to somewhere else. With such a high roll, you can tell a few other things as well. As you look at this Ryden, although this is some form of powerful magic, you don't believe it's been created by a single spell. It looks like it's some form of ritual magic, and just based on the way it seems to be bleeding the hut away from inside, you're certain that something else created this effect rather than the hut itself. And if you were to guess, magic of this size and this power will have multiple external sources that are sustaining it. If you can find a way to disrupt those power sources, you can probably break this barrier.
I will relay that to the rest of the group.
I will also remind you, Ryden, when you were travelling through the forest, you came across the area with the water. At one point, you looked into the water to see what you could see, and
I saw the hut.
You saw the hut through the water for a brief moment.
That was where my gut was taking me to. So I will relay the information about the magic vortex to the rest of the group and say, I have a feeling that the what was it you were calling him, Alwyn? The Drippy Man?
Drippy Man and the Rocky Man.
Yes, I think perhaps they are here for a purpose, and this may relate to this magic.
Right. So, do you think it would be enough for us to ask them to let us through?
I mean, we could certainly try. Don't know how well it would go, but question can at least be asked. It does make me wonder if there are other sources as well than just the two of them.
Yes. Well, I suspected that we'll find some fiery bugger and someone with terrible wind.
Yeah. But then, by doing so, we die.
What?
Well, we're just going to let her out and she'll kill us. She admitted to that herself.
Oh, I don't think she's all that.
No? I mean,
No.
she didn't do much to do what she did.
What did she do?
We,
Yes, go on, little rat. What did I do?
You killed my friends. Well, they weren't really my friends. I met up with them. But she basically just killed someone quite quickly with a big chunk of ice straight through them.
Right.
Like that, and snaps fingers. And,
Right.
And that was somewhere quite south. I can't remember exactly where I was. But it was not anywhere near here, and it wasn't long before I just woke up somewhere snowy, and then I found you lot.
Ah! It's before you had fun with portals.
Mm-hmm. So, from my experience, I don't know whether I would want to let her out of the bubble.
That is your choice, little rat. You could simply walk away. I mean, that would mean you fail in your noble quest, however.
Well, if she were to see the error of her ways and commit herself to making amends for her misdeeds, then we wouldn't have to kill her, would we, once we've released her? Alwyn will turn to her and say, what do you think about that? You've got a choice.
What makes you think you have any grounds to judge a person such as myself?
Well, it's called knowing the difference between right and wrong.
And he always asks a question.
Knowing the
I
difference
don't need
between
to ask her. I know she's already
knowing the
evil.
difference between right and wrong. I mean, Queen Elvana is in the right here, my young friend. You may not like that fact, but she is. Under her mother's influence, this great country has withered and weakened, and Elvana will make it the strongest it has ever been. So if you're asking me to renounce my duty to my queen, the answer is no.
You see?
Well, I think you're mistaking power for morality, but
when you have an abundance of one, the second doesn't matter. Wouldn't you agree?
yeah, I like to think that I have an abundance of morality. Yes. I was going to look shiftily around the rest of the group.
Can she move in this bubble? Or is she like a static? Like
She's mostly
still
static.
thing?
You can see that kind of as she turns her head over her shoulder, like her body sort of starts to oscillate very, very slightly. But that's kind of the most control she has. She doesn't seem to be able to move much at all.
Okay. Well,
Should we go back and talk to the Rocky Man?
I'm happy to leave this clearing.
What do you think? Raiden and Amos.
Amos says, "I don't mind. Just tell me what I'm punching."
I wouldn't punch the sphere, though. It would be nice to knock her out.
Yeah, not yet.
I mean, if you want to progress with your task, I suppose we have no other option than to at least go and pose the question to them.
Yes. Don't go anywhere. You just hang around here for a little bit.
She doesn't give you a response to that.
I thought it was funny. Right, let's go chat to the Rocky Man. Yeah, I'm gonna head back towards, and we now know we can take a shortcut to him, don't we? By going south and then right, west.
And then west, yeah, sure. So is that the direction that you want to go?
Yeah, because that'll lead us. If I'm remembering this rightly in my head, we did double back completely, and then we realised that there was a way off, a path that led to the other side of the clearing from where we entered it.
Yeah, potentially. So yeah, sort of directly behind you. There's obviously the path leading out of the clearing where the hut and the Najena bubble currently are, which takes you kind of back to the main sort of entrance. Takes you back toward the entrance to the forest. There was a pathway to the east that you think leads off to where this individual is.
East, yes, that's the one.
All right. So you make your way. You step away from the clearing itself, sort of back towards the main clearing of the forest, and you bear round to the left, sort of following this path. And yeah, indeed, after a few moments of walking, you do hear the same telltale warm sound that you previously heard as you were approaching before. For Ryden's benefit, I will describe the area you're walking into. You can see that in this clearing ahead of you, there is what looks to be a large chunk of stone jutting from the ground, almost forming a natural stage. There's a strong scent of sort of loamy earth and soil that hangs heavily in the air. And as you get a bit closer, you can see that there are 6 sort of 5 foot diameter boulders, sort of rotating around, I suppose orbiting around the outside of this stage. They sort of hang about 5 feet off the ground, and you can see in the centre of this rocky protrusion, in the centre of the ground, you can see there is an oak tree, which kind of rises up a little way toward the sky, and you can see that sat just lounging in the tree, just playing on a flute, sort of just softly piping away. You can see there is a tall, fey-looking individual, quite a strong passing resemblance to the individual you'd encountered in the lake previously. However, this individual, rather than being dressed in sort of flowing water, robes of flowing water, you can see they have glowing eyes. You can see they have glowing eyes, sort of tawny skin, hair that cascades out almost as though it has a passing resemblance to flame. And you can see that this individual is dressed in sort of flowing robes of greens and browns and golds. And as you enter the clearing, he stops. He stops playing his pipe. He finishes with a long flourish once again, and he looks at the group of you, and he says to you, "Back so soon, mortals? Did you find those children you were looking for?"
No children, but we found the hat. Thank you very much. May we approach?
How? No, you're fine. You can talk to me just fine there.
All right. So there's some magic surrounding the hut. We want to get into the hut to rescue these children. We think they might be trapped inside, maybe.
But that's a shame, isn't it?
It is terrible shame. So yes, we want to get in, but we think. Am I right in thinking, Ryden, that this person here is one of the people charging the magic for the bubble around the hut?
That's my speculation, that they have something to do with powering it.
As you say this, the individual sort of hops off the oak tree, standing on this stone stage. He stands. He looks you all in the eye, and then he sort of bows deeply. Yes, you have the right of it. Indeed, the bubble of which you speak. So such a primitive term, but I suppose it is accurate. Yes, I and my siblings are responsible for it. Ravathiel, at your service, and he takes a bow.
Oh, bow back. The Ravathiel?
Ravathiel.
Alwyn will take a bow also. Thank you. Yes, so as you are clearly, obviously, very powerful and in charge of this, this what we crudely perceive as a bubble. Can you let us in?
No.
Can you keep her in?
Her, the witch.
Yeah.
Yes, she was fool enough to meddle with our magics, and now she pays the price. She'll make a fine
Good.
prize along with the crone's hovel.
What will happen to her if she stays in there?
Well, much like yourselves, if you linger in this forest, my dear, she will be transported to the first world along with that hut. Our prize.
What does Dela know about the first world?
You can make an Arcana roll.
This is a flat roll because I've got nothing. 6.
6.
Is it below our world? You know, like first floor type situation.
I tell you what, Dela can believe whatever she likes about it.
Yeah.
Sick with that roll.
So this is a world that's higher than ours.
In many, many ways, yes. You seem very learned.
Wow. I'm impressed.
A question, if I may. You describe it as though you're not transporting your captive and the hut for Baba Yaga, so who are you doing it for?
I don't believe you've earned the answer to that question. Why don't you make me an offer, my dear? What's it worth to you?
I know better to do deals with people that I don't know.
But we do know each other. I've told you my name, have I not? We're as good as friends now, are we not?
I mean, that would depend. Owen, do you think he's evil?
Not as such. I think this is a. I think Ravathi, this person is beyond such minutiae. I always kind of laying it on a bit thick with Ravathiel.
I have an idea. I challenge you to a flute off.
A flute off.
I
That's
think
interesting.
I could play the flute better than you.
You do you?
Mm-hmm.
What terms do you propose in this flute off? What is the prize?
You allow us access to the hut and back out again.
I'm afraid that's not on the table, my dear.
Why not?
Because it's not. I tell you
Well,
what.
it's gotta be.
Let's make that the stakes, shall we? We'll have this flute off. If you win, I will answer whatever questions you wish.
Oh, yes, I like this idea. Shall we win by the volume of applause?
Yes, of course. However, I think you would agree that currently that would favour you just by the company you keep. We should have a we should have a neutral audience. What do you say?
Yeah, that'll be fine. I can show off my artistic flute skills that I've had since I was a child.
All right. Well, in that case, he stands up once again, and he sort of says to you, "So then, when do you wish this flute off, my dear? When shall we battle?"
Oh, there's no time like the present, is there?
Very, 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 very expedient. I like it. Very well then, and you see this individual. He puts his own flute away for a second, lifts his hand up to the air. You see magic run through his fingers, and he claps his hands, and you see the clearing around the stage begins to fill with. It begins to fill with tiny creatures, tiny winged creatures that I think Alwyn would certainly recognise as a mixture of sprites and pixies. Except these don't appear to have the same blue skin as the ones that had previously bothered you. You can see these sprites, these pixies. They are a mix of greens and violets and reds and yellows and all sorts of vibrant colours as they appear and they fill the space around you.
Cool.
There we are. We have our audience. Please take the stage.
I'll go after you.
He grandly gesture. Okay. Yeah. Right. Well, very well. If you wish. Oh, a warning to you mortals. The song I play is the notes of the Song of Creation. you may wish to cover your ears. And
What that means.
Q, give us just a moment, please.
Yeah, this is a good idea, no?
Well, I need to plug my ears up with something so that I can put my hands over Chardonnay's ears. Can I get like a couple of bits of bandage or something to stuff my ears with?
yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can.
Yeah, and I'll use my hands over Chardonnay's ears because Chardonnay can't put his paws on his ears. See?
That's very, very true. Very, very true. All right. So with that, with a flourish, Ravathiel takes to the centre of this stony stage, and he pulls out his flute once more, and he begins to pipe away. Starts off with a very low drone, and as he starts to drone on this first note, you all, everybody in this clearing feels a surge of energy wash across you briefly. Your skin prickles, your hair stands up on end. Ryden and Dela, are you covering your ears?
I think that was sensible to do so.
All right.
Although it's killing Ryden because she's nosy, but she is covering.
I know.
So as this individual begins to, from this introductory drone, he starts to meld slowly into this delicate, beautiful piece of music. Even though you have your hands over your ears, you can still hear it as clearly as if it were right there in front of you. You feel something reverberate through your soul as you do so, and he continues sort of playing this beautiful melody. Although there are no words, you get images in your head of worlds being created, thriving, declining, and eventually being destroyed and returning to stardust. People coming and going, civilizations rising and falling. Images of all these things and more dance in your heads as this creature continues to pipe and play away. And after a few short minutes that feel to the three of you more to be like decades or centuries, eventually he stops playing, and with a flourish once more, he takes the flute from his lips and gives a grand bow to the assorted Fae who make up the audience, all of whom begin rapturously applauding. And he looks at all of you, and he says, "You may uncover your ears now, mortals. You are safe." As you do so, you look around at the rest of the group, and you see that all of you, there is just a little trickle of blood running from the inside of your nose.
Ooh.
No hit point damage, but there is something there as you all kind of come to.
Any ring damage?
No ring damage. There was no damage. What I will say is you get the sense that if you hadn't mitigated it by covering your ears, that could have potentially been actually harmful to you. And as he sort of says this to you, Ravathiel bows once more and gestures for Dela to take the stage.
Alrighty, let me beat this with my amazing flute skill.
All right, okay.
Which I will do with utmost showmanship.
So before you make that roll, Dela, he sort of bows low and with a grand gesture invites you up onto stage, and he says, "Well then, that's my contribution to this these proceedings done. Please, my dear, come join me on the stage. Let's see what manner of performance you can dazzle us with.
Yeah, something just as amazing, I'm sure.
And Dela steps up onto the stage. Does Dela have a flute?
Dela does not have a flute, no. Dela's making a gamble here because she doesn't know how to play the flute. Oh no! But you never know.
All right. So as Dela gets up onto stage, Ravathiel sort of gives way to you. He takes a step back. He yields the stage to you, Dela, and with a gesture, he looks at you and he says, "All right then, my dear, dazzle me," and that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Fools. Music by Alexander Nakarada and editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Discord by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
Oh, you bastard. I was like, oh, I've got hero point.
You'll still have one at the start next game.
I know. No, it's fine. It gives me a week to brush up on my flute skills. Oh, Asta, you look so sad.
I'm so concerned.
But he didn't say anything bad would happen if we lost. He just won't be giving us. He wasn't going to give us information anyway. So
he hasn't gambled, anything for losing, has he? I was
exactly.
aware of that.
So it's fine. It's absolutely fine. And I think he's a person of his word in a roundabout way.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he's a person of his very specific word.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, so far our dealings with him, he has kept he's been very honest with us.
So
far.
I like that.
God.
Just that moment where you said, don't know how to play.
That was great. You had me going there. You really did. So when you said Dela ain't got a clue, I was like, oh shit. This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, because I was wondering, did I put anything musical in my character when I made it? Because I'm sure I didn't, and I was like, oh, I hope I haven't accidentally put something in. But it's okay.
I guess it would be very magical if you just pretended.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a halfling. I'm lucky. It's fine.
It's not your fault if they don't hear anything. It just means that you're playing at a frequency above their ears.
Exactly. And not everyone wants to bleed out the nose when they listen to a piece of music. So,
Oh, but how do you know it's good if that doesn't happen?
I've just got this horrible feeling that it's going to go, let me just get my flute out of my bag. Sneak attack!
Oh, God.
oh, you know me too well.
Oh, God.
Though I don't know if I want to pick a fight with this guy. It did cross my mind, though. But unfortunately, his music was a little bit too captivating to do anything while he was playing. So I wasn't counting on that. But it's fine. We will be okay. Have faith. I've got a fancy hat.
Is it currently glowing? I can't remember.
I don't
think
so
it is.
You should totally start making it glowing at an opportune moment.
I'll just do
Climax is
different colours so it looks like you're at a rave.
Yeah.
That's sure to help, right?
Rave hat.
Yeah, because he made us see pictures, so you can make them see pictures too.
Do I have any illusion magic?
Yeah, this could totally work, right? We could do this.
Are we saying that Ryden's your key grip? Is that?
Yeah.
Your lighting technician.
I don't have any illusion magic, but I could just throw some lightning. I don't know.
Yeah.
Make it look like fireworks.
Yeah. Burn those spell slots. Great.
Don't.
I was talking about cantrips.
Don't
hit Chardonnay. Got it.
Don't
hit Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Got it. Got it. Hit Chardonnay.
Awesome.
She's like a
Chardonnay
tuning
still
fork.
Is she still sooty, or did we clean her?
Sorry, let me say again.
Is Chardonnay still sooty, or is she clean now? Clean now.
I think
Sorry.
he's clean. I'd need to check exactly how long soot applied to a fancy wolf lasts, but
Yeah.
I think it's probably mostly worn off by now.
Yeah, well, we've been near the Drippy Man, so
Yes.
a lot will have washed off, I'd have thought.
Okay.
Probably got patches of black.
Oh, we could have had Otto here for pyrotechnics.
Oh, I don't think this would have gone very well at all if Otto would have been here. No disrespect to Neil, of course, but yeah.
The forest would be burning.
Encounter. Well, somebody would be. Yes. Probably us.